morning. And of course, for those who joined me on my last show, thank you very much. I much appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys are what make this show go, to be honest with you. I can't do this show without the audience. I mean, at one point I did, and it felt like the show was going nowhere, but now I have actual audience and interaction. So that's what keeps the show going, especially on TikTok, and I appreciate it very, very much. Anyway, good morning. It is Thursday morning. Well, sorry, no, Friday morning where I'm at. 7:30 almost. Now, originally, I wasn't even going to do a show this morning. There's a show actually scheduled for later on today where I'm at, but sometimes I like to just throw in a bonus episode, or I get up, I'm in the mood. I like doing shows in the morning, and I have the morning off because today is the day that we go get our car. The car has finally made it. I've already went through the paperwork portion, so around later on this afternoon, I have to go pick up this car and stuff like that. So that I'm looking forward to. And I just woke up in the morning. I was just in the mood to just knock out a nice little bonus episode. Now, I have a show later on today, but I was just in the mood. So I was like, all right, fuck it. Let's go knock out a bonus episode. And that's why I'm here. One thing I like about this new unit that I'm at is that they don't hesitate to give you your time to go do what you need to do. They don't argue. They don't sit there and do none of that. I never have to fight about shit that I need to do offline. So that's a big plus of where I'm at, is that I could go ahead and do what I need to do. I really got to fix this light shit. I got to get a new stand. So if you get a seizure of me trying to fix this light, I apologize in advance. This thing has a short in the wire, so I'm trying to fix it. Might have to order a new stand. Anyway, so I'm just going to knock out this little bonus episode before I take care of what I need to take care of. I know I need a haircut because I know Rio is going to say something about my hairline. Yeah, I just woke up, so I got bedhead. Not the kind of bedhead you're thinking. I just woke up, all right, man? Jesus Christ. All right, so today is just going to be a quick little bonus fun episode. I decided to do Is There Such Thing as a Stupid Question? That is a show. That's a segment that's typically reserved for Monday shows. But I haven't done a show on Monday in a while. And yes, Rio, we got the car. I'm picking it up today, actually. Just picking up the temporary plates today. And then I'm gonna go over around 13 to go pick this car up, and it's here. Yeah, I know it got here fairly fast. I feel like it got here a little fast, but yeah, we're gonna pick it up today, so we have a little bit of transportation to get around with if need be. Either way, I find myself still taking the bus in the morning, and we still travel with the trains and stuff, but it's just the convenience of having the car here, and you could just jump in and go if you want to really go somewhere, and you don't have to wait for any bus or cab or anything. So anyway, I'm going to knock out a bonus episode today of There's a Such Thing as a Stupid Question. Again, if you are new to this show, it's basically simple. You guys heard of the website Quora, right? Quora. Well, I've been a member on that site for a while, and I ask some questions and answer questions on there too. But some of the shit that I read on that site just have me thinking, is there really a such thing as a stupid question? And it definitely is a such thing as a stupid question, and it's been proven on that website. So on Mondays I typically do this, but since it's a bonus episode and I really didn't have a topic for a bonus show, typically it's like an old episode I might pull back up to redo it for TikTok, but today I'm going to do Is There Such Thing as a Stupid Question? So without further ado, let's see what we got out there. Now, some of these questions are pretty wild. They're pretty wild. And again, I encourage some sort of participation. Maybe you guys might have some stupid-ass questions to ask of me. Whatever the case is, I don't know. But it'd be fun for you guys to participate. And I swear to God, I'm going to throw this fucking lamp shit out with this wire. It got damaged in the way here because, I don't know, I was throwing it in the bag, and I think it's shorted for good now because I don't even see the blue light anymore. That's just fucking fantastic. It really just shorted out. All I did, wait, I think I might have something. I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna get a new fucking light stand today. Let me see, maybe get some light. Fuck, I'll use my lamp. Fuck this shit. Fuck this. It doesn't want to work. All right, anyway, I'm gonna read some questions and answers while I got a little bit of time. I guess whenever that light wants to show back up, it can. I don't care anymore as long as I got a stand so that I don't have to hold the phone in my hand when I, do the show, whatever. Anyway, no, I'm not going to use my L-shaped flashlight. What is this, 1972? All right, anyway, first questions popped up. All right. Again, these questions range on all types of topics. They even have like certain rooms and stuff that pertains to questions of particular topics. In this case, I'm just gonna go off my feed. All right. First question: what do KFC stores do with the leftover chicken? Now, I think I've read this question before, and it's quite simple. These restaurants throw the food away, and a lot of people, including myself, think that it is such a waste of fucking money. But in reality, it's a health safety thing where they can't give. First of all, I don't even think they want to give free food away. They rather just let the food be an L. They rather take a loss for food that has not been used. But in reality, they said that it's a safety thing. They don't want to give the homeless people food, right? And then there's something wrong with it, and then they turn around and sue, and then the homeless person will open their own KFC. But anyway, let's see. I think there's an answer to this question here. This woman, Amanda, she said that my grandpa owned a KFC back when I was a kid. I remember that I used to go to his place in the summer and work as a housekeeper when the fair was going on. Anyways, at the end of the day, any leftover chicken got taken to the local food bank the next morning. It was thrown in a cooler, and that is the first thing he did. Gathered up the leftovers and took them a couple of blocks away to the food bank. If there was any leftover during Friday or Saturday, he would shred the chicken and serve them in a chicken Caesar salad. See, that's back in the day. Now you can't do that. You know what I mean? You have to throw the food away, which I think is a tremendous waste. Okay, yeah, granted, you didn't sell the chicken that day. You had a shitty day of sales. But, you know, you're going to throw away really good food that somebody could fucking eat off of? That, to me, blows my mind. I never understand that fucking concept. I want my light on, and this shit is not working. It's pissing me off. I think it's shorted for real now. That's fucking fantastic. All right, anyway. Yeah, most restaurants are directed to throw away the food. They can't keep the food just simply because it's a health issue by giving the food away. Babe, you better start getting ready. Stop doing dumb faces. Yeah, but I wish they did give away the food. That would be nice. All right, next question I got here. For Army people, including myself, this is a very awkward question, but I think this is a question that resonates with all of us. Why will the Army check private parts when joining? That has to be the most evasive part of joining the military, is when they have to sit there and check your privates and shit like that. I mean, in reality, what they're doing, they're not molesting you. They're checking for like hernias or hemorrhoids or just weird shit that may particularly X you out of going to the military. Jackson, what's going on? Good morning. What is up? Rio, you said they checked your behind when you went 18 X-ray, and I liked it. No, first of all, they did not even check that part, believe it or not. And no, and even if they did, I don't think I would have liked it very much. I know it's part of the routine. I can't argue against it, but I don't want to say that I like it. No. Anyway, so Randod asked the question, why will the Army check private parts when joining? Randod said, I remember going through the medical screening in basic. When first entering the Army, there were all the soldiers standing in line in Army issue boxers. They took each one behind the screen partition to do the examination. It's like feeling an animal getting an examination. Doctors and nurses looking at young men bend over, getting a rectal, and then getting the family jewels fondled. Then hearing them say next, like you're nothing more than a piece of meat on a slab. Then going through the inoculation line, going through the hall where all the doctors and nurses, syringes and needles and blah, 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 blah. Okay, so yeah, they do have to check your balls. They're going to touch your balls if you join the military. You go through the military entrance processing station, MEPS. So what it is that they're not doing it to get their rocks off. They're doing to see if you got hernias, because hernias could potentially disqualify you from joining. And then when I went in, they didn't give you Army issue boxers. You went in with your own drawers. You just had to make sure they were clean, because I'm pretty sure them doctors don't want to see like shit stains and stuff in your drawers. So you just go in with clean drawers. You make sure your shit's good. They don't issue you boxes and tell you, hey, put these shits on and bend over and smile. No, you go in there with your own shit, and then you just make sure there's no shit in your drawers, and then you do what you need to do. That's it. And then you just keep it going. Rio, you said you got about 3 grays on the left side of my head. Yeah, motherfucker, I see that. I'm getting older. I'm not stressing, but I'm getting older, and it sucks though. Yeah, I'm getting grays, man. I'm dying. I'm dying. You know, yeah. I'm getting grays, man. I'm dying. I'm dying. You know, yeah. It's happening. All right. I think when I asked my dad, Unc status, I asked my dad because I was starting to get worried about the grays. I was like, "Hey, Dad, when did you start getting grays?" And he told me it was about his late 30s. So that's about exactly where I'm at. Well, I'm 40, but that's when the grays started popping in. Was about late 30s, particularly like 38, 39 stuff. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, my wife's walking around naked. Anyway, so, and when you join the Army, yes, they're going to check your privates and stuff like that. Don't get all crazy about it. Don't get weird. Don't try to slip the doctor your phone number and shit like that. Nah, we're not getting wild. She's getting ready to leave out for the day. But don't get stupid with it. Don't try to give the nurse your number because she touched your right ball just to make sure you don't have a hernia or anything like that. Don't get wild with it, all right? All right, next question. What are your greatest regrets with your first marriage? Oh, this is a good one. Honestly, I'd say the big regret with the first marriage is not getting the time to really get to know who she is. Because had I had the maturity and given a little time to know who she is, I probably would have never even bothered with this woman. But if it wasn't for that woman, I wouldn't be with the woman that I'm with now. So, that's the biggest regret, I think, was just not taking the time. Because I tell you what, that marriage destroyed friendships that took years to repair, family relationships. It was a lot because I put that woman on such a pedestal and I was like, what the fuck? I didn't think much of it. I was really young, so I didn't really know what the fuck I was doing. But the question is, Craig asked, what are your greatest regrets with your first marriage? He answered, he said, I married her because I loved her and we got along well. She had been married before and had a big house and nice cars in the Bay Area. You said, was he abusive? No, man. What do you mean he? No. We're talking she, and no, she was not abusive, motherfucker. Anyways, go back to Craig. Craig said he married her because he loved her and we got along well. She'd been married before and had a big house and nice cars in the San Francisco Bay Area. She knew I was poor and had little savings. At the wedding, she delayed the ceremony 1 hour thinking about calling it off. She finally came down the aisle and we got married. 6 months later, she realized that it would take a long time to get where she was. She asked to divorce. Turned out it cost $450 to do this, as we had no property or kids. I met another and we married 2 years later. We had been married 31 years, ran a business out the house, raised a son, closed the business shortly before the pandemic, and retired. Her divorcing me turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. God, that sounds like me. When me and my ex-wife got divorced, shit, my elbow. When me and my ex-wife got divorced, right shortly afterwards, I joined the military. Well, I met my current wife. I joined the military. I needed a new start over, and when that happened, everything just kind of look where I'm at now. So by doing that, I think that divorce definitely changed my life for the better. Had I not met that woman, who knows what I'd be doing. And yeah, you'd be surprised, man. So like I said, my last marriage wasn't all gloom and doom. They were great times. They were good times. And there was a lot of lessons learned out of that as well. So, you just take what not every failure is an exact failure. There's always a success with every failure. You just may not see it right away. But when you reflect back at it, you're like, man, you know what? I learned some shit from that. And I hope to not repeat it again. Next question. Is it okay to wear thongs under my tennis skirt? I think that's a terrible idea. Playing tennis with a thong sounds crazy. Success. I'm not sure. First of all, I don't play tennis and I don't wear thongs, so I can't answer that question quite. But it seems very painful to do something like that. Okay, Skidlins, you said it's not very comfortable. I don't think so either. That shit is sitting there riding up your slice, your little slice area back there, and you're sitting there trying to serve a ball, and you just gotta sit there and keep picking a wedgie every time. You're not gonna have a good game. And Rio, you said they are used to it though. Who's they? I mean, I'm pretty sure there are some women, and maybe even men, that go ahead and play tennis in thongs. If you're a guy out there playing tennis in a thong, have fun with that, I guess. You said, I fart and it sounded like a bass guitar. Oh yeah, you fart through that little thong string, it's like you hear an echo all throughout, and before you know it, you got a crowd clapping behind you and shit. But anyway, Jane D, she asked the question, I guess, or she's answering the question. And the question is it okay to wear a thong under my tennis skirt? And Jane said, if you're playing at a country club, that would be a hell no. But if you're just playing with your friends, I guess you can do it. Just make sure there's no kids around. I think that's a skanky thing to do when there's children and there's a children playground nearby. Kids are exposed to too much shit and they don't need to be seeing the ass or genitals of an adult. That makes them grow up too fast. Use discretion and do it without kids around. Hell, kids don't even need to see that in person. When you give a kid a cell phone, and I've said this before in the last episode, you give a kid a cell phone, they've already seen that shit before they even seen that shit in person. So yeah, I know kids are exposed to a wild amount of shit today, and it doesn't help giving them a cell phone, particularly a smartphone, so that they see that shit. But there's almost no hiding this stuff nowadays. But if you're out there playing tennis in a thong, God help you. I mean, if it's comfortable, it's comfortable. Some people wear that shit on a casual day to day, and some guys will look at it, oh, she's just trying to seek attention. She might just very well be comfortable with it, so I don't know. Anyway, let's see what the next one is. I think I've read this question before. I think, do nurses talk and joke about their patients' privates? I think they do. I honestly think doctors and nurses, they talk about the shit they see at work. Now, they're not supposed to share certain details because of HIPAA, but I honestly think they talk amongst themselves like, yo, I had a patient that had a little fucking light switch knob dick, and then they probably talk about the guy that had a big ass zucchini dick. I mean, I'm pretty sure they sitting there gossiping. How else are they gonna get through their day? You think they're gonna talk about all the good shit? No, they're gonna gossip about the shit they see at work. So the question is, do nurses talk and joke about a patient's privates? Agromatic said, my wife is a nurse in the local university hospital urology department. Oh, that should be interesting, right? She sees upwards up to 20 patients a day. She often jokes that she gets paid to look at dicks and balls all day. And she also jokes that people's privates are less interesting than their elbows. We joke with each other a lot about wildly inappropriate things, but a patient's privates have never come up. Well, I mean, I guess I'm not saying all nurses do this shit. I'm pretty sure. Like I said, even though despite HIPAA, you honestly think they don't go home and tell their spouse. Despite HIPAA, you honestly think they don't go home and tell their spouse and shit about certain details about their patients. Of course they do. They don't have to name names. Wait, you just asked me if I had an elbow job? What the fuck is an elbow job? You know what? I don't care. An elbow job is crazy. What the fuck is that? What's an elbow job?
You put two elbows together and you stick a banana in it.
Wait, hold on. You talking about like doing this shit?
Or in the crease. And like the opposite.
Oh. That sounds painful though. That sounds very painful. It's like trying to rub two sticks to start a fire.
Well, you got to put something on there, some oil or something,
Okay. Well, Skinless said maple syrup.
Who is Skinless?
I'm not. Skinless, I used to work with him.
Oh, okay.
He went by another name on the show. He's not going to reveal that, but you should know who this dude is. You should know who he is. Yeah, that's insane. Anyway. Whoa, he sound like, who's cursing back there?
It's me!
He's like, what is going on back there? Anyway.
Shut the fuck up.
Whoa. It is 8 o'clock in the morning over here. I'm getting cursed out by kids.
Good guy.
That's Uncle Ed.
Anyway. Yo, that sounds wild back there. Those kids are amazing. All right, I got another question for you guys. What is the best revenge you got on a cheating lover? I don't think I've ever done anything vengeful on a cheating lover because I was the one that cheated. So how can I get revenge on myself? Anyway, Nomad answered the question, says that he quietly separated himself from her while she was actively having her affair. Now, I made sure she had no idea that I knew everything. I got with my lawyer, removed her from all of the utilities, and changed the locks while she was out with her lover. Once I was physically rid of her, I kept my head down and my mouth shut. I knew she played the victim and that she'd run her mouth to anyone and everyone, which she did, but didn't care. She means nothing to me, and the absolute best revenge is the knowledge that I have exploded with success since getting her out of my life. I've accomplished every single dream and goal I've ever had. Some all while she's still doing the same thing she's always been doing. I think the best revenge in a cheating relationship is doing better than where you were in that relationship. That pisses people off more than anything, is someone's success after a failure. You understand what I'm saying? I think that is the best way to get revenge back on your ex, is to do better. I know I typically see a lot of women, they go to the gym, they get more in shape, and stuff like that. They doing better. The whole point is to do better. You understand? Your ex would love to see you do worse, because they're in their mind, they're thinking, oh, he can't do any better than me. You know, his life is going to fail because he doesn't have me. And then you pull up in a brand new car, a brand new physique, and most importantly, a brand new mate around your arm. And then before you know it, they're like, oh, I can't believe this shit. Skinless, you said you moving on right away. Rio, what do you think? What is the best way to get revenge on a cheating ex?
I don't know.
Think of something. Like, I don't know. Like I said, like, I think the best way is to just... I mean, that's a good way to do it with their mom. I think that's an excellent and dangerous way.
That's even
I don't know.
More.
That's wild work. I mean, however you put it. Okay, Skinless, you said put mayonnaise in their lotion bottle. I mean, that's pretty juvenile, but I'll allow it. I think that could work. Oh, come on. Yo, this light. I'm trying to fix this thing. This thing really does have a short. I hate this thing. See, don't buy shit from Walmart, especially the On brand. The ONN brand, don't buy that shit. That shit is garbage.
How far is your car away?
It's literally a few minutes away, I believe.
Oh, that's good.
It's
they
a bus
drove
ride
it right
away.
there. That's cool.
Just about, yeah. It's there now. I just got to pick it up at 13. Scanless, you said being their dead parent back to life, do them and then end them again. What the fuck is going on with you? Do you realize it's 8 o'clock in the morning?
That's some revenge right there.
Bringing them back from the dead, fuck them, and then kill them.
Dig them out of the grave?
Ew. That's disgusting. Maggots and all.
Or
you got to push all the...
Yeah. You can do it with their grandma.
I've heard cases like that. People getting revenge on their cheating ex by fucking their grandparents. I've heard that. That's a given. Granny needs love too. Just don't break her hip. All right, next one. That's wild work. I just saw Captain James on this show. And then, Skinless, you asked if ever had a skeleton job. I'm not even going to answer that. I can't say I've ever had a skeleton job in any sort of case. Captain James is joining on the show. Welcome. What's going on?
I'm cool,
what is up, Captain? You just woke up?
I'm dead. Yeah.
You're
not
dead?
really. Tired, sleeping.
I hear that. Well, shit, I'm glad you made it on the show, however you made it on the show. Yeah. So, yeah, you know, I'm chilling, man. We go pick up our car today. I had a show later on today I'm still going to do, but I figured I'd wake up this morning and do a nice little bonus episode because it's the morning and it's Friday.
I gotta bounce. I'm gonna take the kids outside. I'll see you.
Yeah. If I'm not on, I'll be on later.
Okay.
A later show. I'll see you later.
I'll see you.
What's going on later?
All right. Later. I have an actual scheduled show later on, but I woke up this morning wanting to do a bonus episode. That's what I'm doing right now. So, I'm not gonna read this next question. It's stupid. All right. This next question, though, this one I just found is it disrespectful not to go to a funeral? I don't think so. I think it depends on the person who passed. Like, you may have had bad blood with that person. Why would you want to show up to a funeral with someone you had bad blood? So you can sit there and punch them in the face? I think it depends. You know, some people just don't do funerals very well. I mean, it doesn't mean that it's disrespectful. It's just some people just can't handle funerals, or they've been so close with that person they don't want to see them in such a compromised position, being in a box. and shit like that. Skimless, you said, do I know what's selfish? All right, let us know what is exactly selfish. But I'm going to read the question that was asked by Edward. He said, my brother passed away in Florida, and the day he died, I flew to his bedside hours before. I kissed him and told him I loved him and thanked him for everything. That night, I went back to his house to sleep with his wife, while his wife and kids were still at the hospital. I received a text asking me to get a hotel and allow them privacy. Now, they mentioned that they had passed in the same text. I will not allow bitterness into my mind and wish to be good about the whole thing. So flying to Florida again and dropping another $1,000 made no sense. He's getting a Catholic send-off, which is an important thing to me. I plan on having a memorial mass in Pennsylvania. I mean, listen, I don't think it's disrespectful, all right? Again, some people can't handle funerals. They don't want to bring bad energy around, or maybe they didn't like the person, but, you know, you might want to pay your respects even despite the fact you don't like the person. Just some people just can't do it. I don't think it's disrespectful. What do you think, Skinless? Do you think it's disrespectful to not go to a funeral?
It depends. Like if I have, like I was saying in the chat there, if I had a vacation plan and they die somehow in the same time frame of that vacation, I'm going to that vacation. Yeah. You know, they're already dead. You know, me going there is not going to bring them back to life. So, yeah, tough.
Yeah, exactly.
Tough.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I don't see it as disrespectful. Like I said, there's context to everything, and there's reasons that people have for not going. So, I mean,
like, do you really want to go somewhere where everyone's just crying around you? That's lame. Dude.
I don't.
Go somewhere where everyone's just crying around you. That's lame. Dude.
I don't.
That's lame.
How long really would you be there for?
No. I don't know. How long does a funeral typically last? You know what I mean?
I'm going in there, grabbing a handful of popcorn chicken, and heading out. Show my face, and I'm out.
What funeral has popcorn chicken? I've never been to a funeral that has popcorn chicken at all. You know what's crazy about funerals is the repast. It's like when after they buried you, everybody's eating and dancing and, you know, playing music and shit. Like, what the fuck? Y'all trying to like stomp the ground and stomp me deeper into the ground or some shit? I never understand that.
That's where you find a steak and filet mignon.
Oh, yeah.
Whose funeral repast is having steak and filet mignon? He just mentioned popcorn chicken. Can you imagine after your funeral, God forbid, they ordered KFC as the catering food for your repast, and it's just nothing but popcorn chicken? That would be so disrespectful, considering Popeyes. Wow. And you're a filet mignon guy, honestly, and they're sitting there eating Popeyes.
I'd be pissed if someone got catering from like Jimmy John's or something.
Oh yeah, I mean, but what can you do? You're dead. You understand what I'm saying? You can't do anything about it. I'll be like, but it seems like the ultimate. I will haunt everybody that night if they sat there. No, I would love if they catered White Castle for my repast. I love White Castle. I think that would be the ultimate homage to pay.
They're bringing mermaids to your funeral.
I'll fucking haunt you for the rest of your life. You bring mermaids to my fucking funeral. I swear to God, the watery ass eggs. Don't bring that shit to my shit.
I thought you'd be more of a Sonic guy because they got hot dogs.
Sonic is gross. You know, who on a Sonic? I mean, man, listen, I had Sonic burgers before. I was like, this shit is ass. And then that hot dog they bought. Okay, so the hot dog they bought for me for air assault, they bought me 2 hot dogs. One was from the shop at, and one was from Sonic. And the one from Sonic almost made me sick, which is crazy work. Yeah, it's not your fault. It's fucking Sonic, man. It's the thought that counts. But like, I swear to God, I felt weird after eating a Sonic dog.
A couple times on the way.
I know you did not drop that shit. And so you dropped it and rolled it in ants and then gave it to me?
Yeah, I went to the bathroom and I was like holding it and it fell into the toilet. So I took it out, dried it off. And
I would have fucking killed you if I found out that you took the hot dog that you dropped in the toilet with an unflushed pee and then you gave it to me. And then you at least you rinsed the hot dog, but with no soap. You know, I would have killed you. I would have fucking killed you.
You see how much glizzy we had yesterday?
Yeah, no one answered me what the hell that shit was, like draped over
It was a random piece of tissue, I think, or napkin that was draped along the glizzy. That's what it looked like. I zoomed in on it to investigate. It was somebody dropped a used napkin. It looked like
It wasn't
on top of the
used.
glizzy.
It was under.
It was a used tissue.
No, it was set
It
at
whatever
the
it was.
bottom of the pan. So all the glizzy that came out from the empty side, that little grease napkin just blew up because the wind was blowing.
Who was the clown wearing the green army shirt and the blue shorts? Who was that?
Jesus.
For real?
I don't know. Who,
Oh.
I gotta watch the
you
video
guys had
back.
So you guys had like a mandatory fun day yesterday?
Close the door.
It was FRG that I know damn well they didn't spend $1,600 on.
Hell no, I don't think they did. Shit, where did the rest of the money go?
Had some filet mignon there.
Right, in the conference room, in the fucking conference room with all the higher ups, they had filet mignon while you guys had great value hot dogs. $1,600 worth of great value hot dogs. Did they at least have burgers there? Did they have burgers?
Yeah, burgers. They really did have filet mignon.
That's probably why it cost $1,600. It wasn't the damn hot dogs. It's fucking filet mignon to a SFRG.
Yep, a lot of those. They had the hot dogs. They had, but I think Ma'am and them bought those.
The filet mignon.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And that
she complains about getting a case of Red Bull.
I brought that shit home though.
What's crazier is that they're using SFRG funds for filet mignon. Yo, who is running the SFRG? They're cooking the books.
They probably bought that out of their pockets. So look, they used the SFRG money for sausage.
Oh yeah, the SFRG fund. Y'all guys got the sausages, and then somebody paid out of pocket for that filet mignon. I'm pretty sure not everybody was even allowed to get the filet mignon. Did you get a piece of that, James?
I brought uncooked one home.
You bought an uncooked one home, so you just went in the little cooler, stole that shit, put it in your pocket, and you took that shit home.
Pocket.
Hey, it was pocket size.
Pocket steak.
Oh fuck no! My cousin did that one time, but it was with a cooked steak. What's going on, Mahal? It was after a family function we had. The dude had no plate, so he had half of his barbecued sauce slabbed steak. He put it in his pocket to save for later. And mind you, we took a bus ride to go back home, and he saved that shit in his pocket, and he took bites of it out of his pocket. He'll take it out of his pocket, eat it, and then put it back in his pocket. But he did indeed take it home like that. That's something. But yeah, and don't say Brooklyn. But yeah, he actually did do that, and I thought that was just the strangest fucking thing. All right, anyway, let's get the meat out of our pockets real quick. Pause. All right, what is the weirdest thing you've ever saw accidentally through a home window? I think not accidentally, but purposely. We used to watch our neighbor across the street. She was a little older than us at the time. My cousin would be like, yo, she's getting undressed. She was kind of hot too, but that wasn't accidental. But she wasn't Miss Parker, but I mean, she was all right. She was fine. She was this Haitian chick. And she was actually, oh man, her name was Osefa. She was actually pretty fine.
Where's your wife?
She's in the shower.
Was she married to Mustafa?
I don't think she was married, but she was fine as hell. But that wasn't. I don't think I've seen anything accidentally through a window. Did you guys ever like peek out your window and accidentally seen something you wasn't supposed to see?
Yeah, I witnessed domestic violence.
You serious?
Yeah. I didn't call 911 though, because it's like, it's none of my business.
Yeah.
Pussy. I mean, look, I'm not one to judge. There's a lot of people that see shit like that. They don't call the cops. I don't blame them sometimes because they ain't trying to get caught up and have to do witness statements, and then the husband comes back and then, jerks you off to death.
Let's just get stitches, you know.
Can you imagine though? You call, you see that, and then the husband comes back for revenge, but instead of killing you, he just jerks you off to death because you sat there and called the police on him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be bothered with that. That's not whoa, hey, yo. Nah, that's a loss. Now, Mahal, you said, what? See something, say something. Mahal, if that was the case, everyone would call the police when they see something. I tell you right now, I'd say about 50 or 60% of the crimes, maybe even more that people witness, they don't call the police.
You being online right now is a crime.
What you said?
You being online right now is a crime.
No, it's not.
Yes, it
Are you gonna call
is.
the police? Are you gonna see something, say something, or are you gonna call the police right now?
You might
You
get
look
Exactly.
swatted.
You're looking white.
I'm looking white because I got a light on. I got light bouncing off from outside,
You
hitting the
got
wall.
the light. Yeah, because we know you dark as hell, man.
Listen, even if I turn this light off, I'm not really that dark. And then plus my lamp for my stand is fucking shorted, so that's why I don't have that light on. I've been trying to fiddle with this wire for a minute. Now I get what Mahal is saying. He's saying if you see something, say something. But I mean, are you really gonna call Mahal? Would you, if you saw your neighbor's house getting broken into, or they're being beaten by their spouse, particularly beaten by their spouse, are you calling the police?
It's not my
I need a
problem.
quick answer. You see, most people are not gonna call the police. They ain't trying to get involved. They're not trying to get jerked off to death by the guy that is beating his wife.
But what if
I know that
he's
sounds
murdering
crazy.
her, though?
Are you calling the police?
Fuck no.
You,
I don't want to be an eyewitness to that
I just
shit.
blackmail him. Like, you better let
Wow.
me borrow your lawnmower, or I'm telling the police you killed your wife. I don't know.
I know what you did last night. Yeah. Hit him with some blackmail like that. Like, yo, pay my mortgage for 2 months or I'm telling.
2 months.
Easy.
Damn. I'm living free
Or
after that.
Wax you off.
Like I said, I've never seen anything weird, but this woman, Tara, the weirdest thing she said she's seen was that she accidentally saw her best friend taking some guy's V card. They were in her bedroom and shut the door. So me and this guy's friend went out on the back porch to smoke a cigarette. The back porch was right outside her bedroom window, and she didn't know that her blinds were open. So as we were sitting there smoking and talking, one of us looks up and realizes that we could see everything. So awkward but funny. But what's funny is that you actually sat there and
That
watched.
wasn't no goddamn cigarette. That was weed.
No, what's fun? They wanted people to see that, and the fact that they sat there on the porch and watched the whole thing is telling of what everything I need to know. That wasn't accidental. So it may have been accidental, but you still sat there and watched. Like you didn't call
They
and say, "Hey,
finished
your
their
window's
cigarette?
open."
That was weed and cocaine.
Probably. Hey,
That
we're not
was no
saying
cigarette.
that.
Oh shit.
But no, I think that was it might have been accidental, but they still sat there and watched.
Yeah.
Hey, no king shame here.
Free show.
No king. Yeah.
When did
Free
you
show.
win?
I mean that is a win. I say that's a win.
What if you just
No, the
like
cleaning
open
up
the
part-
window to shh? Hey, can I join? Is there room for one more?
I'm bored. You got any snacks? I got another question. What is the most common mistake people make after receiving an inheritance? Well, I'd say they blow all the damn money. Let me
They
ask
go
you
to
guys
the
something.
strip club.
Very much so. And then their excuse for that would be, well, my uncle would have wanted it this way. He would have wanted me to spend the money this way. Let me ask you guys something. If you guys came across an inheritance of, for example, $250,000, what is the first thing you're doing with that inheritance?
Strip club.
I am.
See, there you go.
to-
Prime fucking example.
I'm going to invest 10 grand of it into something. And then I'm
Okay,
gonna probably
smart.
buy some property, maybe like a duplex or something. I don't know if I can.
Turn it
$250
into a
really ain't that
strip
much money.
Okay,
I'm
fair
probably gonna
enough.
buy another car, another project car.
Answer me, baby.
Okay, see, so
yeah.
you're doing smart shit.
Answer me.
You're doing smart shit. Like some people will sit there and blow all the damn money. Like there was a guy that won a lottery in England. He blew it on hookers and drugs, and he's broke. I don't ever understand that.
Could be
Anyway,
worse.
Harry said, "What could be worse than that?
Could've been-
$20 million worth of
You could-
panty hoses?
He could have been to a Diddy party and blow it.
That is a hell of a
Blowing
lot worse.
something, but not money.
$20 million, $20 million. All right, so Harry says that a friend of his, 2 months fresh out of college, inherited 200. We all told him he needed to get a financial advisor, read some books about investing, finance, money management, shit to help you save money. We all told him he needed to get a financial advisor. Oh, I already read that part. He, of
Wait, who
course,
died?
did not. Okay, so the dude's grandmother in college, right? The guy knew a guy whose grandmother passed away in college, and he got a $250,000 inheritance. Now, Mahal, you said there's a show on people who won the lottery and blew it all.
So the grandma's
We need
in
to do a
college.
show on her. No, the grandma is
Kinda
not
late,
in
isn't it?
college. Grandma's gone. And Mahal, I'm gonna do an episode on that. I need to find that show. Hi, hon.
Uh-oh.
I need to find the topic on that. I need to do a show on that. Anyway, so he of course did not and scoffed at us because he knew how to handle money. You know, you always get that one guy who comes across a bonus or something and you tell him what to do with the money. I'm like, nah, I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing. Anyway, he decided who?
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow. I mean, he's doing all right for himself. He's selling do-rags now. Anyway, he told his friends that he knew how to handle the money. And he decided he was going to invest it in stocks, but not just any stocks. No, he was going to be a day trader. People, there's two types of traders. You got your day traders and you got your retail traders. Retail traders are like Robinhood and shit like that. This dude was going all in. We're talking gains and shit like that. He was going all in. But anyway, he had never invested in stocks before and he wanted to do day trading. That's like never have ridden a bicycle, but then decided you're going to race in a motocross event. So I guess needless to say, there's more. There's more. I'm going to try to skip over. But there's more. I think this gets more interesting. Now, mind you, he got $250,000 from his dead grandma. Mahal, you said lottery change. Okay, we're gonna do a show on lottery change. I gotta find that. Anyway, he said everyone in his social circle, including his girlfriend, which I'm pretty sure he doesn't have anymore, tried to talk him out of it, but nope, no one could tell him shit because the most enlightened and knowledgeable person on the planet is a 22-year-old fresh out of college. And in his first week day trading, the absolute worst thing has happened to him. He made $30,000. $30,000 in 1 week. This day trading stuff is easy, of course. Now he's making money, right? He's got something going with the money. Then the second week he made another $10,000. So boom, just like that, he made $40,000 in 2 weeks. Third week, I think he lost around $20,000, but the fourth week he made $10,000. From then on out, he did nothing but lose money. He lost $10,000, $5,000, $10,000, $20,000, $40,000 until 4 months after inheriting that money, he had no money left.
Rough. Back to college.
Big
go.
fucking one.
You know, this reminds me of
What's that?
that one guy. They had that orange Camaro. Now he drives around in a old ass motorcycle.
Oh, without naming names, I know who he's talking about. Yeah, I've heard he came across an inheritance very similar, but it was a lot more than I think this, or just about the same. And he showed up with multiple cars, 2 muscle cars, the motorcycle, some other beat hoopty, and people were just like, and I'm sitting there looking like, yo, where's his leadership at? Do they not see what the fuck is going on?
He said he wanted to fly Blackhawk.
Well, he could have bought a Blackhawk too. So now he's only riding a motorcycle. If that's what you're saying. He just had a kid too. A daughter. So I guess he had to sell that shit. He had to sell all that shit because now he's got a kid. Now he's riding around a motorcycle. People, I'm gonna tell you right now. You come across any extra money, don't spend it.
I thought he was getting out.
I thought so too. On some medical shit. That's been a thing for a minute, but I guess he's still in, and I guess with all that money he blew, now he has a daughter. I guess he has no choice but to stay in. If you come across any extra money, take a deep breath and be like, all right, is this money legit? Like, you know how like some of these Joes, they get extra money on their paychecks and they want to spend it? I'm like, wait, slow down. Check your LES. See if that shit is legit. And then go from there. And then if it is legit and you don't owe, then yeah, you do what you do, but be smart about it. But no, these motherfuckers will sit here and keep spending it.
I was speaking of that. Then did you notice the pay raise? A little change in your check?
No. When did that take effect? Because I haven't noticed the pay raise. The 15th?
Yep.
Yeah, you won't get it because you're in Korea.
Well, I have to check because they gave me a large, substantial amount of money for the TLA and all that shit. So I couldn't tell. It wasn't my regular paycheck. It was a lot more than what my regular paycheck was. But I had to go check that shit to make sure that shit was legit. And it was. It was basically the money I got from the hotels and the travel and all that. And I was like, damn, that was a lot of money. But I will probably notice it in the next paycheck because I haven't seen a regular paycheck in like a month because of all the TLA and all that shit coming in. But is it a nice little noticeable pay raise or what?
Yes, you get about $120.
Left or right?
Let me see. Hold on. You said about 120? Let me see.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
That's because
What is this dude doing?
you've been in past 8 years.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's for people that's been under. You're welcome. That's for people that's been under. Like I remember your argument on the chat. You were like, they do so much for these soldiers coming in, but not for the people that's been in. Because here's the thing. This is why they're throwing so much money at soldiers that been in less time, because they notice, and I've been saying this shit for years, is that a lot of this new generation is not staying in the Army 20 years. I'm gonna be for real. You can sit there and look at your fucking platoon or your squad, and you could tell who may, out of like maybe 10 dudes, only one of them might do 20 years. So they're noticing that they're not retaining. It's all about retention. So they're trying to keep people who's been in for like, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 years. They're trying to keep them in. And they're throwing all this money versus us who've been in for a while.
That doesn't make any
they're
sense.
like, well, no, it does in the sense of retention, because people are not doing more than one contract anymore.
No, but
they're trying to keep people in.
If they already look at someone and be like, oh, they're not going to do 20 years, let's invest everything into them. But the ones that have already been in 10 plus years, why not invest in them? Because they've already invested 10 years of their fucking time to them.
Right.
They're just wasting money.
That makes sense.
Make them stay
It really
more,
is. It is. You want to retain the veteran talent, because a lot of these dudes, they're gonna be like, yeah, I'll take that money and then still get the fuck out. No, that I understand, and they'll realize the Army.
You got
Shit,
people
yeah.
like that are constantly on appointments or on profile, and that,
Just breaking the system. Johannes, oh, he got his shit out of the system for sure, because he knew exactly what the fuck he was doing, and he got out with money too. Like, he knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. There's no doubt about it. He knew it. Oh, now the light fucking works. So he knew exactly what he was doing. And you're right. There are people that are literally like milking the fucking system. But hey, listen, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those people, but yeah,
I feel like
we know those people.
Milking me.
Yeah, milking all 6 of your titties too. Hey, Chiba, what's going on? Good morning.
Got 6
it's been
titties,
a
dude?
while. Hopefully,
I don't know what you talking about.
like a fucking lab gerbil. You got like 6 nipples. Chiba, what's going on? I'm sorry. Every time Chiba comes on the show, she runs into the show at the most awkward moment. But I'm glad you're here. Happy Friday where I'm at, and I know it's Thursday over there. Hey. Today we're doing a bonus show real quick. I'm doing a show later, but I'm doing a bonus show today on, is there such thing as a stupid question? So, like it's something I do on a regular on Mondays. All right, next question. How often should I shave my balls? I don't shave them. I'm not trying to cut myself down there. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that.
Manscaped.
Yeah.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. You said what, every year?
Cream, right? No, there's cream, right?
Yeah, but we're
there?
not. We're talking.
Yeah.
We're not talking.
There on
We're
your
talking
nuts?
like.
Yeah.
Doesn't that shit burn?
You leave it for too long.
Look at your shit.
Get your hot and spicy. Get your hot and spicy nuts here. No, see, I ain't fucking around with that shit. Listen, we're talking about actually shaving. We're talking putting razor to ball.
Nah, I ain't doing that.
I'm not.
That's dangerous
I'm
work.
not doing that. It is dangerous. I'm telling you, it's some really strange shit. You cut yourself down there, and that's it. Even Chibu's like, yikes. Now, I mean, shit.
With the electric one, I've nicked like the shaft, and that shit hurt. That shit.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? I ain't touching that. Now, the pubic area is different. Anything under that is a hell no. Like, so Jim answered the question. He said, I shave my private area weekly. I shave everything from my neck down. Now, everything. It made me feel cleaner and smell better. If a woman doesn't like it, she should get a dog or a cat that's fuzzy and hairy. A man has the right to live his life as she wishes, just like a woman has the right to live hers and keep herself clean and hair free. I look at it this way. If she don't like it, then she's not the one for me. But see how this flips? He is like, yo, I like to shave down there, whether or not you like it. Okay, so what if a woman don't like to shave down there? And that's her prerogative. You should. It should be the same way. It's a double standard. So if he wants a woman to respect him for shaving, then he has to respect the woman for not shaving. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like it works both ways. Now, how often you should shave it? Yeah, he said
Thumb is
if
okay.
she likes hair. What's that?
Thumb is okay. Like I don't mind some.
Thumb?
No, some.
Oh, some.
Yeah.
Some is
as long as it's not like a You know, jungle
Land
dance.
It's like Jumanji down there.
Rumble.
You need a machete. You need a machete just to find the clip, dude.
I've
like,
been trapped in
got
here
time
for
that
50
shit.
years.
It's been 2 bloody days I've been trying to get some, and I still can't get down there. Like, I don't want to sit there and do that shit. You've seen Jumanji, right? That shit is crazy.
Yeah.
Like when you know the scene in the house where it had all the vines and it looked like a fucking jungle.
Yeah.
Just imagine you unzip her pants, and that's what you see.
Damn.
You see like Tarzan swinging from one side to another, and there's lions and tigers down there. Bro, roll the dice again. Roll the dice again. Runway? That ain't no runway. That's a fucking field.
Landing strip.
Can you imagine? Oh, James, you'll like that type. You come across a woman with a landing strip, and they got all the landing lights and numbers as you get close.
Pull out.
Terrain. Oh my god! Now that'd be I don't know. That to me is wild work. Let me see how much time I got here. See if we almost hit the hour mark. We're 10 minutes away from the hour mark. I got some more questions here. I haven't done this segment in a while, and again, typically I do this on Mondays, and I haven't done a Monday show.
So when you go on tonight, it's gonna be in the morning for us.
No, it'll be
tonight. It'll be.
Yeah,
it'll be the morning for you guys.
I hope it's not 2
it'll be
a.m.,
morning.
bro.
No. It won't be 2 a.m. because when I do the show 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night here, it's about the time you guys are getting up ready for work. So
Who told you I'm getting up ready for what work? I'm on
you
leave.
got the day off tomorrow?
I'm on leave.
Oh, you on leave?
How the fuck you get leave again?
I know. A leave again. That's right. You were recently in New York, were you not?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just playing. I got a day off.
All right, I got another question for you guys.
You know who Cat Daddy is?
Yeah.
Cat Daddy. Yeah, I know who Cat Daddy is. He's been on the show a couple of times. I know who he is.
What?
Not giving names.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah.
He's been on the show?
Yeah.
Like for
He's been showing up
minutes.
lately. He's right there right now.
Oh yeah,
he's there right now. Yeah. Like you summoned a fucking genie. Yeah, he's right there right now.
What's up, Cat Daddy?
What's going on, Cat?
I'm just gonna say Cat.
Because
Daddy.
It's like that other dude that had Daddy in his title. It was something Daddy I just started calling him the other word. I wasn't like I'm not calling you Daddy, dog. Here's another question. I know you guys thought about doing this. Is it wrong to take food from a hotel's breakfast buffet to eat later?
Ugh.
What the hell? If you're paying for the hotel, I've seen people they give you the breakfast in the morning for free. I've seen people take food upstairs.
Yeah, but the food is free. You're not paying for it.
But to save it for later
the food's
is
not
gross.
Okay, now what about you walking into random hotels you're not sleeping in the mornings and then going in there getting their breakfast and walking out?
You can do that?
Fuck no, you can't do that, man.
Oh man, got my hopes.
People do that. No, people do that. I've heard cases where people would just go breakfast hunting. They'll go to each hotel in the morning because they know the hours is typically 6 to 9 or 6 to 10. And what they'll do is they'll walk in a random hotel because the buffet is down on the first floor, and they'll walk in there like they're a guest. They'll get a couple of little things for food and take it out and just go walk and go to another hotel.
That's definitely still a problem.
But again, there's cameras, so let's be honest. They see you walk in, they don't always recognize a face. A what?
Be on the lookout for the breakfast burglar. He's hopping around from hotel to hotel, stealing sausages and powdered eggs.
and putting them in his pocket. He's putting the sausages in his back pocket for some reason, but he's taking them home with him. Like there's people that do that. And Kat, you said that stomach problems waiting to happen.
Suspect drives a dark gray Durango.
Oh no, that's
he's a dark gray Durango with a Guyanese flag. He is straight piped.
May or may not be playing Jamaican music.
He may or may be armed and dangerous. He might have a simulator.
I know that dude.
Dude's a menace.
Yeah.
For real. All right. Well, Anil. Hey, so Anil answered this question, right? Again, the question is it wrong to take food from a hotel's breakfast buffet to eat later? Now, he said that a few years back, he went to Egypt and he stayed at the Hilton Ramses, an excellent hotel. A couple of days later, we were supposed to go and visit the pyramids, While we were having breakfast in the restaurant, my wife asked, "I'm not feeling hungry right now. Shall I pack some of the snacks in my bag later to eat?" I casually nodded. She then put a couple of sandwiches, one bagel, one apple, and 2 bananas in her carry bag. And one of the staff in the restaurant came to our table and politely said, "Sir, if you wish, I can pack it properly in our hotel's bag." I mean, it said when you are staying in a hotel and breakfast is included, and I don't think the hotel would mind if you take some food later to eat. No, of course they don't mind. We take food upstairs all the time. That, like, let's say if we get full. If you're
Who's we?
me and my wife. Now, again, the thing is, if you're paying for the hotel, the breakfast is included. No, we both do. I'm not that fat. So
one bag or just one bag?
No, sometimes I just take like something like a muffin or whatever upstairs. But you can take food upstairs.
Yeah.
You don't like if you're paying for the hotel, the food is included. You can take the food upstairs. You can't take the food outside, I think. Well, I don't know. I don't even think they give a fuck. They don't care. You're paying for it anyway. So as long as you're not inviting your family and have a family reunion, say, "Yo, breakfast is on me."
Imagine you
and then
bring
you
a
invite
Tinder
them
date down there.
Yo, I know this nice breakfast spot. It's a bed and breakfast. It's the buffet. Now, typically, when you go to these hotels, they usually have, like, of course, sausage, eggs, toast, bagels, shit like that. Nothing crazy. We've been to some places that they have like a full-on breakfast. But there's some places that just don't. They have like little things that you can enjoy. But yeah, don't invite your family to your fucking free breakfast.
This one spot I went to in Dubai, it had a lot of crazy shit at the hotel, man. A lot of crazy shit. But
Did you say Dubai?
Yeah, yeah.
Please give me a snack shaped like.
What the fuck was that? Yo, what was that?
No,
It was, "Please give me a snack."
it's this little toy that my daughter's
Oh,
playing
I
with.
forgot you're on leave. You said they're playing with your daughter. She's probably asleep, and you sitting there playing with her toys.
May I please have something with the color red?
Yeah.
Oh, she said, "Can I have something with the color red?" Yo,
You
chill
should-
out, cuh.
It said earlier, like, "Can I please have watermelon?"
No, it
That's
did
a,
not.
that's a black toy. That gotta be a black toy.
Do you drive a Dodge Durango?
Are you my daddy?
What? Where's the milk, Dad?
Yeah.
That's fucked, though.
Time for
That's
bed, Lord.
fucked.
Back to the farm you go, Eddie. Back to the farm you go.
Yeah, that's wild. The farm? Wow.
Okay, enough with the fucking toy.
It's like, "Can I please have a cookie?" Get the fuck out of here. That's enough. All right, here's a Taco Bell question now. For some of you Taco Bell fans, I think this might disappoint you. Hey, hon, you still here? All right, she said, "No, I'm going." Don't be a smart ass. I just heard you. Anyway, so is it true that the quality of meat served in Taco Bell is only 1 grade above the meat used in dog food? I'm gonna break your heart. Have you ever seen them? Have you ever seen where the meat come from in Taco Bell? It's like it's in a bag. It's in like some like a MRE type bag. Okay, well anyway,
Bag.
I don't know, but this woman, this
MRE
person,
bag,
Sam,
I'm strong.
Nah, you're
this
just
person by the
weak.
name of Sam. So Sam, the girl, asks. She describes herself as an adventurous eater for over 40 years. She said that she worked at Taco Bell for about 4 years at the end of my high school and the beginning of her college years. All right, Kat, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for stopping by, of course. This is some time ago.
Okay.
Buy an
without revealing-
Xbox.
Buy an Xbox? What the fuck does that have to do with?
He knows. He knows.
Oh, okay, that's an inside thing. Okay, I got you. Anyway, this is some time ago. Without revealing my age, it wasn't the prehistoric era, but I suppose some things have changed. Although the meat seems the same, and that right there might say it all. I'm still happy to munch on some Taco Bell whenever the chance come up. No, their meat is not steakhouse quality, or even quite the quality you buy in the ground meat section at your local grocery store. I don't think, but I found nothing gross about it. And another very telling fact was that the local health inspector stopped in every day for a late breakfast and early lunch most of those days. I can't say whether it's just 1 grade above dog food or not, but I can say it's not bad at all. I judge it to be the best of the various fast food joints I've had the dubious privilege of working in my life. Okay, so she's saying that it's not dog food. Now, a lot of people, like when you look at your ground meat and Taco Bell's tacos, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Hold on. I got a question.
Okay, you got a question. What's up?
Is Sam really a girl, though?
Fuck is
Sam? I know. Sam, the girl's the one that answered the question.
Oh, she.
Oh.
I don't know.
She answered the question. I don't know if she's a girl. That's not the point. The point is that she worked at Taco. Sam or
Sam? Is it Sam or Sam?
It's just Sam. It's not Sam. It's just Sam. Sam the girl. Sam the girl. All right. She says she's an adventurous eater for over 40 years. Who gives a fuck? She's talking about the quality of Taco Bell. She's trying to tell you guys if Taco Bell is Alpo. Yeah.
No,
I guess she's a foodie.
Bell? Oh.
Damn, dude.
Okay, so she likes munching tacos and tortas. I guess I don't know, man. She's just trying to listen. You're missing the point. You're missing the point. Okay, Taco Bell may not be dog food. What about Arby's? Do you think that roast beef is real?
I absolutely hate Arby's. Other than the curly fries and fruit punch.
Okay, the burger though. Surprising, the burger that they bring out for a limited time was one of the best fucking burgers I've had. But here's the thing: it's so expensive. It's $6.99 without fries. Without fries, they claim it to be like a Kobe Wagyu beef burger. I've tried it one time, and I told my wife about this shit. I was like, "You ain't gonna believe this. I got this burger from Arby's of all places, and it's one of the best fast food burgers I've ever tasted." But they only bring it out for like a limited time. They don't bring it out all the time. And I was like, Arby's making a burger is crazy. But who the fuck wakes up in the morning and like, yo, I'm gonna go get Arby's today?
Not me.
You know, there's some people out. You never been to Arby's for real? The curly fries, like he said, is good. The curly fries are good.
You gotta go to Culver's. Culver's is where it's at.
Culver's is good. See, Rio put me on the Culver's because he's from Wisconsin, so that's where Culver's is originally. And when I got to Campbell, he put me on the Culver's. And man, needless to say, it is a good joint. It reminds me of Freddy's. Very similar smash burgers and fries. Very similar, but Culver's is good. The cheese curds is really, really good too.
You gotta eat those like quick though, otherwise it's gross.
Oh, you gotta eat them when they're hot, yeah. Cheese curls when they're hot, for sure. But no, they're really good. Let me see. What is this question? What would happen if? Oh, okay. Here's another question. I guess I'll read a couple more before I go. What would happen if all husbands would let their wives do anything they wanted?
Yeah, what would happen?
What would happen? Okay. So this woman by the name of Shiva, she answered the question. If I could pull this up.
God,
so again, the question. Shiva Sokla, that's her name. I guess she's Indian or she's Bengali. What would happen if all husbands would let their wives do anything they want? She said, number one, it's just 4 days since I got married. I feel stuck in my bedroom. If I remember, not a single day in past decade would have passed me sitting idle. Asked her husband to go out. He was in a dilemma, but agreed, blah, 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 blah. She regretted her decision. What the fuck is this? It's like some weird story she wrote. I mean, look, I'm just going to answer the question. What would happen if all husbands would let their wives do anything they want? Well, then you have to ask yourself, do you really trust your wife to go out and do whatever she wants? Do you trust that she'll do the right thing? If you told your wife, hey, you could go out and do whatever you want, would you trust her that she'll do the right thing?
It'd be an orgy down the block.
Well, let's say you would, and until you don't no more, right?
What will make you not anymore, though?
Like you catch her doing something that she shouldn't be, then that instantly ruins the trust, and then now you're paranoid, and then there's domestic violence.
No wonder she's
Whoa,
stuck in the
it doesn't
room.
have to be domestic violence. Whoa, it does not have to be domestic violence.
Don't leave the fucking
Whoa.
room.
But it's like this. It's like the prime example would be letting your wife dress out in this nice clad skirt dress thing. Like her cleavage is out, skirt short, and she's like, I'm going out with the friends. Would you trust that she'll go out like that and nothing happens?
Is it the bros or the hoes?
No, not really. Not so much of like trusting her, but like others.
Do you trust me?
I would trust you.
Even if I had a short mini plaid skirt on.
As long as I'm with you.
You're full of it. Give me a kiss back.
Bye.
I love you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
You smell great, by the way.
I know, because man, I'm eating.
This dude's such a baby, man.
Yeah, I know. He got a little forehead kiss. Bye. Did you leave $20 on the counter for pizza later?
Shut the fuck up. My Lunchable is in there right now. Shut up.
He probably gonna send you a text like I left the money on the dresser.
Shut up. Forehead kisses are very touching kisses. All right, they are. But
bet they are.
again, shut up, James. But no, if you trust your wife to go out, in a short skirt, going out with the girls and whatnot. I mean, some guys would be like, "Yeah, go ahead and do you." Meanwhile, the side chick is in the garage somewhere. But no, seriously.
I think I have two inputs on this.
Just waiting to come up. All like you don't have to worry about that though. You got housekeeping.
Who got housekeeping?
I think one, if your wife is dressing like super slutty to go out, that's kind of already like a red flag-ish, because then it's like she has no class, no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's all blurred.
I mean,
and then the second thing is let's say she does do that and you're cool with that. I don't think it's really trusting that she will do something. I think, let me think. Well, she's dressing like she might have an attention or the intention to get attention. Like she's dressing that way for a reason, right? If she's going to a bar or something. And then let's say now you got to worry about some dude taking advantage of her when she's drunk, trying to hit on her.
But she would have to know her limits. Plus, she got her homegirls out there to watch her back. You would think that's the case, right? Now, if she was going out like that by herself, but she got homegirls out there to watch her back, potentially, right? Or if they all dress like that. What if they all dress like that? If that's the case, your girl or your wife should know her limits. If she's the type to get drunk or super easy and she going out like that, then I'd be like, I don't know. Because you don't know how to handle your liquor or whatever the case is. And then what is your end game? Now, she might be like, well, I could dress how I want. I'm an adult and I'm comfortable. And you might look at it like, yo, I think you're trying to get some sort of attention. I don't know. That seems to always be a thing when it comes to women going out. See, us guys, we dress, but, when we go out to dress, it's, I don't know, it's different. I can't quite describe it, but that needs to be a show. That definitely needs to be a show. But, I mean, I don't know. That's a touchy one, though. That is a touchy one. Very touchy.
Let's have it easy. All, right, all they have to do is like dress skimpy, like less clothes, show more like skin. And they got makeup and stuff. Like dudes don't have makeup. If you're ugly, you're just ugly. Can't do anything about it.
This is true. Yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. You could sit there and dress like Versace himself, and you're still ugly. But girls might like that because they see money.
Yeah, money, and then the best chance you have is just get them super drunk until you are attractive.
Yeah, beer goggles. For sure.
James, is that what you
need goggles?
Beer goggles, James. You don't even care. Your eyes have no filter.
Any goggles. Any
goggles.
Any goggles.
Transportation goggles.
Whoa. Transportation goggles is wild stuff.
Any goggles.
See, I'm scared for you, James. That's like when we were in Europe. I'm scared for you. Everything started looking good to you, and that wasn't good.
Okay. Panini.
Okay, she was thick. She had a butter face, like.
Dude, she smelled like rotten butter.
Ew! How close did you get? No, she did. She did have a funk to her. Like she don't put deodorant. Like it's illegal or something. I don't know, but she was thick. Anyway, you guys are crazy. All right, stop bringing up old shit. All right, let me see. I might get a couple of questions in that. I think. Shit! I'm already at the hour, so let me read one more question. I gotta start getting ready. Shit, it's 8:30. I got one more question. Let's see. I gotta get my card today. I'm trying to read one more question.
I was on GTA earlier, dude. Oh, my bad.
GTA. Oh no, this question. What are some reasons why a lady's pants have a bad smell?
Wait, what?
Who's sitting there smelling women's pants? Pants have a bad smell. I don't know. pH balance is off. They're not washing their pussy. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Why else would you? Who's smelling pants? I remember I seen kids smell people's seats after they got up. Like it'd be a fat person sitting in a seat, and the kid would go and smell the seat. Like that's the most disgusting shit I've ever seen.
Why would they purposely go do that?
And you got
Because they're kids. They're fucking kids, and they're stupid.
And you got Xbox.
I mean, this question pretty much answers itself. If a woman's pants stink or have a bad smell, I think it's obvious that they're not putting fish sticks in their pants. It's just shit stink.
What part of the pants? Like the leg, the ass area, the cooch area?
I don't know. You know, let's just get. I'm gonna just get into this. No. You guys are intrigued. Anyway, the question is, what's up?
You got an Xbox?
No, I don't have an Xbox.
Get an Xbox.
Why the fuck would I want an Xbox? I told you why I don't play Xbox. It was very traumatizing time. I'm not buying no Xbox.
No,
I'm not buying an Xbox.
We're not asking you. We're telling you, go buy an Xbox.
I'm not buying an Xbox. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it.
Dude, I know what you did last summer.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't make me put it out
I didn't
there.
do shit. I was in Estonia last summer. I didn't do shit.
That's what happened. But all right.
But look, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna read this question because it seems like Skinless is pretty interested in it. What are some reasons why ladies' pants have a bad smell? What a question! But to be fair, you don't need to stick your nose in it. Now this woman or this person by name is Jack, I guess Sack, says I had been with Western women in the past and now married to a Thai woman. Western women tend to have stronger odor, where Thai women in general don't. Smell, especially down there. Why? Because, and I include myself in this, I used to smell too. We clean up private areas with a water spout and after using the toilet rather than with unhygienic tissue paper. Our underwear stays clean even after a full day of wearing it. The only thing you might smell is sweat, no urine or other bodily secretions. Well, yeah, I mean, if you're out there in certain countries and you use a water spout to clean, yeah. I know in Europe they have bidets and they are designed to like a little it looks like a little sink and the water splashes up so you can, clean your area. Maybe that keeps cleaner. But here in America, I guess, you're using just regular tissue isn't going to do the job. Some people use wipes.
Gotta use baby wipes.
Wipes.
But they don't use the flushable wipes. They just fucking, they throw them in the toilet and the shit gets clogged up. It's gross. All right, I think there's more answers to this question. I want to read some more input to this if it pulls up.
You ever been around those people where they'll throw their clothes in the washer and then forget about them for like a day, and then it comes out and it smells all moldy?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, that's
that
nasty.
happened in Estonia, in Europe too.
Oh yeah. Everything smelled like
motherfuckers.
ass,
Oh,
dude.
that was bad. I
I
wanted to
think
throw the
Hohenfeld was
away.
the worst.
Oh, it was.
Yeah.
It was. I give it to Estonia. At least their machines were pretty modern, even despite you had to air dry, and that actually was pretty effective. But yeah, Hohenfeld's was absolutely the worst, man. I would hate to want to live with some of these people because I would hate to smell what their place smells like. All right, it says, what do teachers do with a student who smells bad? I'd kick them the fuck out. Why are you showing them smelling like shit?
With that, like,
Put them in a choke. Put them in the chokey, like that shit in Matilda.
put them in a chokehold.
The chokey. You ever seen that movie Matilda? Okay, so in the movie,
She hit the teacher.
Yeah, she had magic powers, right? And some shitty ass parents. They had a closet in the school called the chokey, and when you threw the kid in there, it had like spikes and steam and shit. It was like a really dirty ass dungeness type closet. Like if I had a kid that smelled that bad in my class, he's going in the chokey. Like I can't even blame the kid. Blame the parents. How are you letting your kids go to school like that?
So the kid smells, and you advert to torturing them.
No, they're just in the closet, man. No, seriously, I think I call their parents because they're now they're causing a disturbance in the class and they're disrupting the class. The smell is disrupting the class. All right. Anyway, Rick says
stink.
Probably. And it's not hygienic either. Some kids might go back home sick or catch something because this dude smells like crushed earthworms. Anyway, Rick says to the question, what do teachers do with students who smell bad? Now, he said that he's not a teacher, but I worked as a substitute for a few years. There was one boy in elementary school who smelled bad. Not BO, but like someone who haven't bathed. Well, that's because he didn't. His parents were going through some tough times and were dealing with medical issues. Had a scumlord for a landlord who wouldn't fix their pipes and were doing all they could to make sure their kids go to school. Sometimes a kid stinks for no fault of their own. We got plug-in air fresheners for classrooms and acted like nothing was happening. Better for him to be somewhere with hot food and heating and the chance to learn. I guess if you look at it that way, if a kid is coming, like all jokes aside, if a kid is coming to school smelling like that, you have to investigate the house. Normally, what teachers do, and it's protocol, is that if they notice something wrong with the kid, behavior-wise, physical-wise, they start seeing scars and stuff, they have to alert child services, and child services will get involved. So I guess in that instance, okay, we're not going to throw the kid in a chokey, but I guess what you can do is that you can alert child services if you see this pattern of this kid coming in, because that's basically an indicator that there's something going on at home. And then at that point, it's out of the teacher's hands, and it becomes like child services, parents' issue at that point. I mean, I'm not throwing a kid in a chokey, people. Don't cancel me because I said some shit like that. But no, seriously, just
Sounds like you, Eddie.
Figure out what's going on. What, throwing a kid in a chokey?
Yeah, man.
No. Actually, when you guys get a chance, Google the chokey Matilda, and you'll see what the closet looks like. It's pretty fucking scary. It's scary as shit. I'll read one more question. I'll let it go. Let's see what else I got here.
You got anything about pineapples?
I don't think I do. Swingers questions? Actually, let me type it up in the search Quora bar, because there's a room for everything, right? As far as questions, you don't have to read like the general wall like I do. You could go into like different questions, different rooms where they. No, what is with you and pineapples, man? You got an upside down pineapple in your house?
Nah, man.
All right, I'm on the swingers page of Quora. Let's see what. No shit. Your neighbor has a pineapple?
Yeah.
You lying? On their door, outside.
On the wall. Not on the door, on the wall.
Whoa. Is it upside down, though?
Yeah. Whoa. But it's blue.
Whoa.
It's a fucking light.
Yo, hey, don't be surprised. Hey, you want to come over for some cake and punch? And then you get your cake punched in?
I'll settle for some honey bun.
Oh, no. Oh, don't get Barlow involved. I don't see any swingers questions. Ew. Oh, what he said, for 99 seconds and some stupid shit like that?
Yeah, and then throw it at homeless people.
Throwing hot honey buns at homeless people will get you locked up and knocked the fuck out. I'm pretty sure. I got a question for you guys. You guys might have seen this before. This person, Gracie, she said, I saw my mom's hairy bush by accident. What should I do?
It's a she?
Gracie? I don't know. It doesn't show the picture. But the question is, I saw my mom's hairy bush by accident. What should I do? This is an insane question here.
Get out the room.
What if...
Don't look.
Yeah, get out the room? Be like, damn, Mom, you need to shave, man. Nah.
Or in a chokey.
No. Don't a chokey. Anyway, so the question is, I saw my mom's hairy bush by accident. What should I do? Gracie says, it happens when you live with more than one person, particularly your parents. You just see things. It's completely normal. Just go on with your normal life. If you are questioning about the bush, many people born before the year 2000 have full or partial bushes. The smooth trend really didn't start mainstream, for what I know, until my generation was born in the mid-2000s. There's still people out there, even to this day, going full bush, because they don't give a shit. You know, actually, having a bushy pussy is actually healthy. It is, because the hair is designed... See, everything is by design. And the hair is designed to keep out particular bacteria.
A hairy fairy?
If done right.
That's what we doing now?
Hairy fairy. Hairy Mary. No, I mean, it's designed that way. So it's not, as long as it's kept. You know what I mean? I don't mind hair. As long as it's
braided
kept.
Or what?
Braided? No. If I see a braided pussy, I'm probably going to be like, no.
They probably had that back in the days when they didn't have blades.
A braided pussy, though? She probably eats like plants and listens to like, I don't know. Just no. It's crazy to me. No, we're talking like spiritual tribal music and drums and shit. Like, what would you guys do if you ran and if you saw your mom's bush by accident? What would you do?
God, dude.
That would never be me, bro.
You don't know that.
I'm
you don't
telling
know
you.
that. Listen, there's ways to prevent that from happening. It happens. There's ways to prevent that. You just
That's how you choose to live your life.
No, look. If people are more no. If people are more aware of their surroundings and cognizant of people's daily schedules, right? Like you wouldn't go into the bathroom at the time where you know your mom is getting ready for work at the same time every day.
That's
You
why I
would
got
not
my
walk in
own
that
bathroom.
I'm just saying, like, God, I don't know. You do live on with your life. Some people are scarred by that. You know what I mean? They see that and they're like, that's not normal. And I don't even know who you are anymore. You're not my mommy. I don't know.
Child or call CPS. Or
Or the kid gouged the kid gouges his own eyes out or some shit. I mean, what's with these shaving balls questions? I'm not reading this one. Whoa, what the fuck
kind of
is
site
this?
are you on, man?
This is Quora. This is a question and answer site. It is
Like
a
Quora
question
him.
and answer site.
Oh, you see
I'm
his
just
balls.
saying.
gross.
That's wild work. All right, I'm gonna try to read one more question because and what time is it? 8:41. I do got to get going. I'll read one more question. I'll go to the confessions and personal stories page and see what the fuck is on there. I woke up. This woman on the confessions page. She said I woke up wet and I think it was his fault.
Threw water on the bed.
And if you woke up wet, then you obviously my light went off when I read that. It must be something. You might have peed the bed. Has it been a thought maybe you might have peed the bed?
Probably did. They blame you for this.
Wow, really? Do you guys think squirt is pee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pee? You guys think it's pee?
It's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both. I've had this debate.
And pee.
I've had this debate with many people, especially Sturmer. When I spoke about this with Sturmer, he was like, "So you like getting peed on?" I'm like, "Listen, if you," because I was like, "If you can't
He's
make
never
a
made
girl,"
a chick do that before.
because I had this discussion with him, and I was like, I've made women squirt. And he's like, "So you're proud of that, making a girl pee?" I'm like, "Well, if she's not wet down there, then you're doing something wrong." And it feels like 2 graham crackers rubbing together down there if she's not like doing
That's
anything.
what I like. Graham crackers.
Ew.
When you see the sparks, you start walking around funny, bruises. Yeah, I did that.
My wife think I'm gonna go downstairs and go grab a brush for her. Why don't she come upstairs to grab this shit? This woman just drives me nuts. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Hold on.
I think you're off
I'm
the
gonna send her a
show.
message. Come upstairs, because I'm not coming downstairs. Remarks complete. Like, I'm not fucking doing that. Like, I'm all the way on the 12th floor. I'm not going downstairs and I'm still on the show. So I go pass the damn brush. She had
You just go put it in the elevator.
Yeah, let it go down.
Ground better.
Imagine somebody
Hell
walks
no.
in the elevator and the brush is like, "Yeah, good morning."
Going down.
Then it becomes a community brush, and then random people are using the brush to brush their hair in the elevator. Like, no, that's
And then
fucking
imagine it
stupid.
being like a tick brush.
No.
It's got cheeks.
She said, I'm going to send who a message. This woman has gotten me. If she doesn't come upstairs and get this damn brush, that's on her. She's like, can you bring me my lint brush? You were just up here bullshitting with me. And now you want me to go downstairs and bring you a lint brush. No.
Hey,
Anyway,
let the room service check you got in the room take it down.
this is not a hotel. I'm not in a hotel anymore.
You move. Oh, you got.
God damn it. You must
still
have
banging
some
the neighbor?
weird. No, banging the Oh, fuck no. Who's banging the neighbor?
I thought
You're
you
the one
were.
with the neighbor with the pineapple. No, I'm not banging no neighbor, man. You trying to get me caught up? You're the one with the neighbor with the pineapple that's upside down. You need
It's
to go
a
bang
blue
on
light.
that. Blue lights? What are you talking about?
The
blue
light is upside down blue pineapple.
Yo, you got some freaky ass neighbors, man. I knew Clarksville was fucking freaky. You better be careful. You better call Love. He'll give you some tips.
I'll be the
gotta
guy
give you
next
a tip.
door.
Huh?
Yeah. Oh,
All right, let me wrap up the show because this woman already just
All right, one
turned
sec.
me off from the show. Anyway, you guys, Skinless, Captain James, my co-hosts and executive producers, of course, thank you for joining the show. Rio, thanks for stopping by. Vanicoma,
Rio's
I
not
don't know
here.
who you are. He was here earlier. But what's
Yeah, but
up,
he's not
Victor?
here
Thanks
now.
for stopping by. And whoever is Vanicoma, she's kind of cute. But thanks for stopping by on the show.
Vanicoma.
Anyway, yeah, you see the name that's right there? I don't know if you can see it on your
No,
screen.
you're
I can see
seeing
it
it
on
in
mine.
the future. We're not there yet. We'll probably see that shit tomorrow.
All I see is
Yeah.
that Yames like the live.
Yeah.
No, it probably shows up on mine then. Anyway, thanks for joining the show. I'm done here. I got to start getting ready. Got shit to do. Got to go get the car today. What's that?
No, not you.
Huh?
All right, go over in the room and play. You put the TV on or something.
I got to go upstairs and eat some chicken.
All right.
Fried chicken.
All right, well, yeah, of course you do. James, you got to eat chicken too. I got to eat chicken. We all got to eat chicken.
About to go make some calls.
All right, well, shit. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. There's a show later on today. Hopefully, you guys will be able to join it. Thanks for stopping by. All right, thanks for stopping by for the bonus.
And
we'll do this
3 a.m. Between 3
I
and
said
6
later on.
For us.
So for me, for you guys, well, for me, it's 5 to 9 p.m. It's probably gonna lean more towards the 8 and 9.
Okay.
And for you guys, that's more like when you're up for like work
7
type shit.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, something like that. All right. Anyway, we'll do this again later. Peace out.
Deuces.
Later. Deuces.
Auf Wiedersehen.
No, we're not doing that.